What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action. Spawning in the blue color, playing as Odin. His name is GoldLion. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Odin as well. His name is OdinKing. OdinKing the Great, OdinKing the Wise, OdinKing the getting challenged for his crown here. GoldLion saying, if I can't beat you with Zeus, maybe I can beat you with Odin. We'll see how things are going to go. Very, very spicy one. The Norse mirror is so different to any other matchup that Norse needs to play. It's such a different matchup and so many different things to consider that you basically experience is king in this one. And we'll see what GoldLion can bring to the table and if he knows what to do as best as he can do. Now, the only problem that I have in the Norse mirror, I got problems with every single mirror matchup. I really don't enjoy most mirror matchups. So my problem with the Norse mirror, there's actually two, but we'll start with the big one. My big problem with the Norse mirror is that there's no late game. There's no late game, and the game just revolves around players getting to Ragnarok. That's my big gripe with the Norse mirror. If you were to remove Ragnarok from the Norse mirror, I reckon it will be incredibly fun. It'll be an amazing game of like army positioning, aggressive fights, raids, map control, side builds, all of this stuff. But instead, right when the game is about to get into its most fun aspect, which I think is all the side builds, all the chaos being created, people just click Ragnarok. And then while that is fun, don't get me wrong, it is fun to see Ragnarok, the huge army clashing. I just have seen it. I've seen it now, and I know what it is. And now I want to see the other thing, and it just doesn't ever happen. The other thing that I have a slight problem with in the mirror, it's just the mirror matchup thing, is that defender's advantage is king. Attacking, you don't really want to do it. That's why I don't like the mirror matchup. Is because I really like attacking. I really do. I like putting my pressure under the gun and making them have to react to what I'm doing rather than me having to react to what they're doing. But we'll see how we're going to go in this game. What is going to be the like result of this game? If both these players are going to go for Freya, if we're going to see some Heimdall action. GoldLion here is chucking down his temple. He's already got the food here to advance. OdinKing a little bit further behind, a little bit more active on the wood and the gold, it would seem. No, it seems like both players here are on wood and gold, but it does look like GoldLion has only got himself one ox cart extra, whereas OdinKing has gone for 2 ox carts. And it does seem like OdinKing going to be taking a slower route here in this game. Later temple, later advance time, more villagers, giving OdinKing the slight advantage, and he's going to have to find an advantage early here. I just don't think it's possible here against Odin on the map Gold Rush. There's just so much home hunt here that the early advance time just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We are seeing the ox cart coming out here, and looks like both players are actually going for a very similar advance time. Freya coming through, final dwarf coming out here. OdinKing opting to take a little bit of idle town center. He's getting a dwarf in as well. So both players are actually going for the exact same opening build, but OdinKing gets the slight advantage. No, GoldLion, excuse me, gets the slight advantage. Yeah, GoldLion gets the slight advantage in going through Freya first and having that ox cart come out last. So he's able to afford seemingly, wait, he's cancelled it though. He went for the hand axe, but he's cancelled it. But yeah, GoldLion's able to have just a slight advantage here in terms of resources. You can see that in the score here. A very, very slight advantage. It's probably equal to, I would guess, if I had to guess, maybe like 50 resources. Maybe. Basically, every villager comes out 9 seconds earlier. 9 seconds earlier. And there's probably about 10 villagers out earlier. So you're probably, maybe about 90 resources then. Maybe. But we'll see how it's all going to go. As the hearses are getting constructed here for both players. GoldLion with plenty of resources in the bank. OdinKing also with plenty of resources in the bank. I believe both of these players could have done a little bit of something different in this build order to get a few more Hersa out earlier and spend those resources by advancing that a little bit later, a little bit easier there. We see Pelt of Argus coming through there for GoldLion. Over here on the map, we do have the Dwarven Calipers, which is the siege reduction. Not the most important relic here in this matchup. Generally speaking, we don't see many portable rams being made. Don't see many ballista being made either, as the Longhouse is coming up here for OdinKing in the back of his base. Whereas GoldLion putting them up in the front. We see the Forest Fire getting dropped here onto GoldLion. He's going to have to pull back. He does have some straggler trees here he can sit on while the forest does burn. Alternatively, he can just move over to the side there, as we do also see GoldLion just holding on to his Forest Fire here. Holding on to Forest Fire on a map like Gold Rush doesn't make a whole lot of sense, because there's not a whole lot of forest that you can just run into and defend yourself with. Especially like a throwing axe and sitting them on the back of a forest to kind of prevent raiding cavalry from surrounding them. We got raiding cavalry coming up for GoldLion, as Ulfsark coming out for OdinKing here. As OdinKing, he's only got, this is really bizarre, he's only got one Longhouse down. He's going Hersa, Ulfsark at the start of this game. A very bizarre start here from OdinKing. Really, really slow. I wonder if he's trying to get a town center here. He might be. GoldLion's throwing up Longhouses. He's got the wood for it. He's not getting himself Lone Wanderer. This is a bold strategy, Cotton. This is incredibly bold. We'll see if it's going to work as the raiding cavalry come in onto this position over here, as the Valkyrie are going to start taking down the enemy Valkyrie here of OdinKing. OdinKing's town center will get up. He does have deer on this position as well. As the villagers pull back, there's plenty of cows over here to boot, so he can sit on those for as long as he likes. As the Hersa is almost getting taken down, and it looks to me like GoldLion here has just allowed this town center to get up. Now, the big thing here is that GoldLion has got not a whole lot of stuff to worry about. GoldLion here has got 700 resources of advantage right now in the game. All he has to do, but right now he's got 400 food in the bank though, but all he needs to do is realize that the town center is up and just attack that town center. There should be no way that OdinKing can defend that, is my general thought here, as the village is getting pushed off of the wood line here. Maybe an ox cart going to be getting taken down here as well. As the wall gets deleted, the ox cart jumps into the sentry tower. And we'll see what GoldLion is going to do here. So he just needs to effectively just pump all of his units out and just sit on this town center here. Sit on this wood food line here. Prevent that from getting grabbed. No problems. We will be seeing the raiding cavalry retreating back here. And we'll see how the game shapes up. There's a little bit more food on the map here over here. And I think there's food over here. No, it looks like all of the... Oh, there's boars still here. Lots of food left for GoldLion, plus all of the cows as well to boot. Do both players here have husbandry? Yes, they do. As the villagers getting sniped down in the main base there. Good raids from GoldLion. Still just the one Longhouse, it seems, here for OdinKing. It wouldn't be a bad idea for OdinKing to try and put up Longhouses around this town center to make it a little bit harder to just dive on the town center. As watchtowers come through, the raiding cavalry will have to retreat back here. OdinKing still only has a 1 villager advantage, even though he's on 2 town centers. He's down 30 population here. It's a big, big difference in population. It's not only that, I think that GoldLion can also start making himself some Valkyrie here, if he so chooses, as the raiding cavalry come in, push the villagers off of this position. He's going to try and get some kills here, but it looks like the villagers will be able to make a dart into the town center, as GoldLion decides to not attack that town center. He just could kill it. There's nothing there. OdinKing's got nothing. He's got no units. Just kill the town center. Please. Now OdinKing throwing down another Longhouse. Some more Ulfsark coming out to try and deal with these raiding cavalry as they do sneak in onto this position. Going to start getting some damage down there. There is no crenellations for those watchtowers, so they're not a huge problem for GoldLion's raiding cavalry, but GoldLion, he does need to get something happening here in the near future. Some more Longhouses wouldn't go astray. We do see an armory up here for GoldLion. Is he just gonna? Does he have, what upgrades does he have? Nothing. You could get copper shields to tank the damage from the town center, and also copper mail to tank the damage from all those Ulfsarks coming out. GoldLion decides, yeah, I'm just going to grab a town center now. OdinKing does see that. So OdinKing will actually come out of this with an advantage when all things are said and done. As a random villager there does get sniped down. Raiding cavalry checking out this gold mine, making sure nothing's on that, as they might want to come in and try and target the dwarves down over there. As GoldLion, is he still producing units? Nope. It looks like he's going to grab a town center and go heroic age here. Not a bad idea. He's just run out of food. Makes a lot of sense that he doesn't want to get stuck in the classical age here, having to farm by spamming units, taking huge amounts of fights and things like that. As the town center just about to pop up. Medium infantry coming through for OdinKing. As OdinKing here, he basically, I mean, he could also very, very easily right now. And now he's got all these Ulfsark out. He probably doesn't need to build any more Ulfsark here. He could easily just go himself to the heroic age as well and be in a completely fine position. As the Ulfsark coming over here to try and defend this. The town center is now up for GoldLion, and Skadi is on the way. As the raiding cavalry still looking for something to attack, but looks like GoldLion here has got to feel like he's kind of in control here. OdinKing has got the villager lead by just a little bit. It's not that big of a deal. So it's less than 10 villagers, so not that big of a deal. And these raiding cavalry, they are so much stronger than the Ulfsarks. Ulfsarks just don't cut it, really. I don't know why. I mean, Ulfsarks here got 30% hack armor. Raiding cavalry got 20%. 115 HP. 8 damage versus 9 damage. I think it's just because the raiding cavalry have got a little bit more HP. As both players now going up through Skadi. GoldLion will hit the Mythic Age first here. And the big thing here is that whoever wins the either heroic fight or Mythic Age fight wins this game. Because the gold's all in the middle of the map. Literally all in the middle of the map. One thing that GoldLion could do to skew his odds is just, instead of mining in his main base, coming onto the secondary gold mine earlier. So we do see the raiding cavalry manage to sneak in through the walls, managing to get a couple of villager kills. This is going to equal out the villager differential here by just a little bit. I'm surprised to see OdinKing able to get back here, as he should lose every one of these villagers most likely. As does he? No, he gets one, keeps one villager alive. As the wall's going to attempt to come up here, as the Ulfsarks come through, the raiding cavalry are going to get caught on this position as the forest fire gets dropped down, and the raiding cavalry will be able to retreat away, no problems. Third town center now coming up for GoldLion, and it's now he's going to have the advantage in terms of production. As another longhouse comes through, GoldLion hits the heroic age, and OdinKing here got to be asking himself why he's put himself in this predicament, as both players are in the heroic age, but OdinKing is out of resources in his main base. We do see the cows here just about to be out for GoldLion, but GoldLion's got plenty of food in the bank. OdinKing needs some gold here to get to the next age. Maybe he can just chuck all the villagers onto a gold mine and start thinking about advancing here, going mass dwarves for the remainder of this game. But GoldLion here's 144 of 145 population. Generally speaking, you don't want to go to full population. Generally speaking, unless you're on full villages, you have to either take the fights and continue to lose units, or just not train units up to full population there. As the Ulfsark now coming in onto this position here. Heavy Ulfsark versus those raiders. Not a bad fight to take there, but OdinKing's super low on the population. He's only at 100 population here. Plenty of resources in the bank for OdinKing. His GoldLion is spending his resources nicely here as the Frost Giants are going to start pushing forward. I feel like GoldLion's a little bit too scared of this town center. He just needs to right-click on it here at this point, and he can really cause a lot of problems for GoldLion here. Is OdinKing now able to click up to the next age here, it seems? Does he have a market up anywhere? I don't see there's the marker coming up on that position there, as the town center will be coming through. But here's the thing. So long as GoldLion has his own market up, which I, at the moment, am not seeing, as the frost does come down. There it comes. The earlier Balder, 9 times out of 10, is the one that loses in this matchup. Because getting out more villages and just getting out your own Mythic Age in a timely manner is really important. But the problem here is the GoldLion, he doesn't quite have the gold to advance. He does have a ton of these units here on the gold, and he can just cancel all of these units if he so chooses to click up a little bit faster. We'll see how things are going to go. The next thing is, GoldLion doesn't have to use Frost here. OdinKing does. So OdinKing doesn't have Frost anymore, which means the Ragnarok that comes, that's even more heavily favored in GoldLion, because OdinKing's going to have to spread his Ragnarok out to mitigate the damage that Frost is going to be able to do. Do I think Tier could have been an option here at this point? Unfortunately, no. Because GoldLion here, before the Mythic Age pops, will be able to click through Balder. Which means that the Fimbulwinter, you're not going to be able to... The Fimbulwinter is not going to be enough to stop GoldLion from getting to the Mythic Age. So Ragnarok is going to come through and get gold control. There's just too many villages. So unfortunately, as much as I would like to see Fimbulwinter work and be good in this matchup, it's just not ever going to be a possibility in this matchup. Ragnarok's too strong. So you do see the raiding cavalry coming over onto this position. You're going to start targeting those dwarves down. This is going to force OdinKing to have to click Ragnarok immediately here. Goes up to 216 population. Balder is coming through, though, very, very fast here for GoldLion. Huntress Axe comes through, though, for OdinKing as GoldLion. He's trying to grab this talent, and I think that's a little bit too bold. I don't think he's going to be able to get that one up anytime soon, as the Rag heroes are going to be coming through. I mean, he does have Frost, though. He does have Frost, as we see 63 villages here for GoldLion. I wonder if it's worth it to just delete some military units, as we do see this town center getting targeted down over there, as this town center will come up here for GoldLion, as the units are getting some good damage done. GoldLion's going to be leaving this town center behind. 66 villages here for GoldLion. That's going to be much population. Much population. I think it's 132 population more for GoldLion. So he's going to be so far in front in terms of pop here. As the Balder, the Ragnarok will hit. Copper Mail comes through for GoldLion as well. And he clicks his Rag. Nearly 300 population there for GoldLion. He's ready to start taking this fight. And OdinKing in that moment does decide to tap out. GoldLion gets the dub. Fast second town center from OdinKing on this map does not cut it. OdinKing goes for a bit of a wacky strategy here. I just don't think that a fast second town center in the Norse War is ever going to be the right play, because the pressure just is too high. It's too strong, too difficult to deal with. And your opposing Norse player is always going to be able to get villager kills, and always going to be able to get their own town center up behind everything anyways, is my general takeaway from this game. But as always, you see Ragnarok coming in and the game ends. Now, you guys let me know in the chat below what you guys think about Ragnarok. Do you think that Ragnarok is a net positive or a net negative to the Norse civilization in general, overall? Now, I'm going to put my case forward, and then you guys can make your own thoughts on it. Ragnarok is an all-in god power, which is epic. It's an epic god power. It can really make for some amazing, amazing games of like crazy play style, crazy like endings to a game, which is not possible in any other position in the game. That's the big positive to Ragnarok, and I really like it for that perspective. However, all of the other parts of the game that are equally as exciting, equally as epic, do not get to be seen because of Ragnarok. If you were, and that's my argument for, that's my argument against. Now, if you were to be on the side of against Ragnarok, what would you change Ragnarok into to be able to allow Norse to have a kind of position in the game that allows epic proportions, games of epic proportion to be created? That means that Norse needs to be able to get that footing in the game to be able to do all of that crazy stuff that I'm talking about that Norse has got the potential to do. Anyways. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.